show you how good it presently is, I'm going to give the floor back to Gafar for who will be presenting. So thank you very much.
So we've heard a little bit about the context within which OLA operates. Let's show you a preview of how the tool actually works. How many of you have actually worked with learning agreements before? Directly. Either as a student or university? Everyone, pretty much. Okay, so you know how it looks like. What I'm going to show you is how it does not look like. One of the main priorities that we had when developing this tool was to scrap the entire image of Erasmus Plus, all of the learning agreement being European bureaucracy, kind of. So we designed a learning agreement, or we designed an interface for a learning agreement that digital natives, aka young people or students today, would be used to. We put buttons where they would tend to click. We put things where they would tend to expect. So as a university, what you would usually do is you have a nomination list. You tell everyone, hey, you're going on exchange, or we nominate you to go on exchange, and you need to fill in a learning agreement. Same thing happens here. Pretty much the university sends a link to this website to the students saying, you're going on exchange, and you will need to fill in an online learning agreement. So as a student, you go to For Students, and you register for an account over there. This is all you need to do. Basically first name, last name, email address, and a password to log in, which is pretty much what you do with the university as well. I'm not going to register because I already have an account, and we're just going to go straight into the login. Here you see the home page. It's not much yet, but what you would be able to do is create multiple learning agreements in case you go on exchange in bachelor and masters. Maybe in the future also traineeships, but that's another topic for another day. So let's assume that we will create a learning agreement now by clicking on New Agreement, and you'll see that a new row appears, and you can edit the learning agreements. So we will go on to edit the learning agreements if we are logged in. Doesn't seem to. Right. Try the second one. There's some little bugs that might need to be sorted out. There we go. Okay. So you finally manage to open a new learning agreement, and you'll see that here you fill in the student information. So let's fill in Gorka's information. This is Gorka, our web developer, by the way. So Gorka is Spanish. His student ID number is so and so, and he was born in 19,855. But this is basically the information that you already have in the traditional learning agreement. So nothing really new here. It's just filling in all the different information. The study cycle, either bachelor, master's, or what you might have. The year of study that you are in, the subject that you are studying, and also the code of the subject that you are studying. If you notice there are little question marks, could you just hover over the question mark? Right. So there you'll have information regarding what you should fill in if the student doesn't already know what to fill in. So these study codes are available online. Let's fill in a random study code. Let's say computer science is sure. Study code number 12, and we'll go on to the next page. So what we did, as you can see, is we broke it down into little pieces so that it's digestible and they're not overwhelmed by this information. What I'm going to need now is I'm going to need your help as well, because I want you to be able to use this tool and see it for yourselves. I need somebody who has access to email at the moment and can access a sending institution. Who has access to email at the moment? On your phone? Yes? What's your name? Sorry.
Tim.
Sorry?
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim. Okay, so Tim is going to be our sending institution. The sending institution is from which country?
University of Antwerp, Belgium.
Antwerp. Okay, so we'll select Belgium, and wow, it's the first one.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Is this, as far as you know, is this correct? 2000 Antwerp Bigstand.
That is completely correct.
Fantastic. Great. Could you scroll up a little bit more? Yeah. Right. So all of this information will not change, or at least it should not change, not on a regular basis at least. So we fill in all the information automatically, so the student doesn't have to fill it in. He or she will have to fill in the faculty, of course. So let's say the faculty of
Applied economics.
Applied economics. Right. So faculty of applied economics in the department of
No department.
what? No department. And the contact person name is Tim. Tim, may I have your email?
Tim. Dot. Bergmans. B-E-R.
B-E-R.
No, B. Yeah. C-K. M-A-N-S.
A-N-S. There we go.
Yeah.
At.
U Antwerp. Dot B. Yep.
That's me. Okay, I think that the phone number is not necessary for now, so we can just key in some random numbers, and we'll go to the next stage. So you fill in the information for the sending institution. The exact same thing happens for the receiving institution as well. For the sake of demonstration, I'm going to need another volunteer. Who has? Yes? Dom? Yes.
Hello, Dominic.
Let's write Dom.
My university is Université de Lorraine.
Yes, so in France.
France.
We go to France, and let's see if we can find Lorraine.
Let's find it now. Université de Lorraine.
It's that's the city, yeah. So that's
The city, so check Nancy.
Nancy.
That's a trick question, so I want to see if how you integrate it.
right. So the city is on the left, and the name of the university on the right.
So, Université de Lorraine, you have it, the third one. Or where the last one is.
That's good.
Yeah.
That one. Okay, good. I hope the address is correct. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. Faculty.
Let's say faculty for social sciences. Which one? Social sciences.
Type in Dominique and email her.
Dominique.montagniese @gmail.com.
Perfect. So we filled in these contact details. We'll go to the next step is when you fill in the course details, of course. So here it's essential, like in the learning agreement, that the student has access to the course catalog of the university that they want to go to. Logical. So what you do then is you add the course, right? And you see a line appears and you edit it. This is really dependent on the university you're going to, what the course code is, what the title of the course is, whether it's the spring semester, winter semester, or any other word that the university might use to describe their semesters. How many ECTS? ECTSs they will earn with this, and a link to what the course catalog is available online. That's it. So you have one course. You fill it in for as many courses as you have. Traditionally 5, 6, maybe 7. We'll fill in another course there. Let's say we take macroeconomics. Fantastic. Right. This one has 6 credits. So you'll see at the end that it calculates automatically how many credits the student is going to earn. And if we scroll down a little bit, you have pretty much the same thing, but courses that are being taken at the home institution where the student originally is. So we'll just skip that part for now. There's a section on when the student is going to click on it and we'll say from January, no, from August 2017 until wedding. Loan exchange, clear. 1 year of exchange. Perfect. And the final thing we'll have to fill in is language that student will be using in the host institution. So let's say the student will be studying in English and that's his level. If you later on hover over the question mark, you'll also see what C1, C2 means in case the student doesn't know what it is. Next. Alright, so that's it. We have most of the information now. The final thing that we'll have to do is fill in the contact details once again. So these will be the people who are actually responsible for approving the learning agreements. So these people, once they sign them, it's good. Right? So we'll fill in the same people again. Let's say Tim from the University of Antwerp. B-E-R-C-K-M-A-N-S. C-C-K. M-A-N-S. And we'll have to change the R or T. Patience. And Dominic. Perfect. This is yes, this is essential. This is the part where the student cannot make a mistake. If the student makes a mistake here, you're never going to receive this email. So this will have to be the responsibility of the university. And next step. Finally, we have a confirmation page where basically the student signs. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a digital signature, so you click on this digital signature. And the signature can be done in multiple ways. For the student, it can be done on a touchpad if you have a laptop. It can be done with a mouse. But what we recommend is using a tablet or a smartphone instead. So with the touchpad, this is the best that Borja is going to achieve. But on a smartphone or a tablet, it's better. So he or she signs it. That's pretty much it. And clicks send to sending institution coordinator. Message sent. So Tim, you should have an email in your inbox right now. What will happen now is that the University of Antwerp will receive an email that says this student has filled in this learning agreement. He or she will be brought. The coordinator will be brought to the tool itself as well and sign in digitally. Can you tell us if it's in the meantime, we can go back to the home page. So you can see the top one, yes. So receiving institution, University of Leuven. The status is ready to edit. How's it going over there? It's not loading?
Nothing yet.
Okay, no email.
No email.
Okay, maybe there is a mistake in the. Can we check the email addresses?
So let me just take some time so the servers might take
It's also possible that it takes a couple of minutes. Maybe spam.
Not in spam.
Okay. So we'll just make sure that the email addresses are correct. Let's see. Tim.berckmans. That's correct. Antwerp.be. And we'll check how many
University servers usually takes more time.
Right.
Depends also on the university.
Okay, let me check the last page as well, the email address, just to be sure. And while we're there, we can check Dominique's email address as well. That is at gmail.com. should be correct. Yes. So probably it just takes a couple more minutes. Hopefully we get to this at some point later on. But the point is, if you go to let's see, home again. Let's go to home again. If you click on the third one, Gorka, University, yes, you'll see that the status is signed by. Let's go back for a second. You'll see that the status of this learning agreement, it has been signed by the sending institution, which is what the first one was saying. If Tim had received an email and signed it up. The difference with Tim is that once he receives it, he's also going to be able to upload a digital signature instead of signing all of them one by one. If you have 1,000 students, it comes in handy. So that's the main difference between the university side of things and the student side of things. He has sent it, and once he signs it, it gets sent to the receiving institution, which in this case would be Dom. Dom would sign it, and once Dom signs it, you activate this feature basically where you can export it. You can export it to a PDF. So you, as a student, you go back to the platform, you save it as a PDF, and as you can see, it's exactly the same as what a traditional learning agreement looks like, as you are all used to. So what we really aimed to do here was give a tool that is accessible and very user-friendly for students, but still conforms to the requirements and regulations of the learning agreement itself. Once you print this out, nobody is going to know that you did it online. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure. But this is what you receive at the end of the day. And the signatures there once all of them have been signed. But that's pretty much it for now. So that was a preview of the tool. Am I missing anything, John?
Just a small detail, which is, it's connected to what you've explained. If you can go back to your page, please. This is an operational question. To make it very clear that once the coordinator of the sending institution signs the agreement, the student can no longer make changes to the sending agreement. There is a circumstance where the coordinator of the receiving institution, in most cases, what we've found out in the last competitors is that in most cases the coordinator of the receiving institution will sign the agreement as well, and then the process is completed, at which point both coordinators and the student get a notification email with the link to access and download the information in the agreement. The students, however, always allow this information in their user account. So we're not going to do the demo for the changes to the learning agreement, but the option is already built into the platform. If you can scroll down just a little bit, what you'd be able to do would be to select the existing learning agreement and start the process of making changes, which is essentially the same demo in Safari and call for the process to type the units. And then you also have a validation procedure which works exactly the same way with the notification codes to the coordinators, with the links, with their signatures. So there might be cases where actually no one has ever to print the learning agreements unless that is how your aggregation institution handles the starting and management. What we're also working on is so that universities that are connected to the OLA, they can have a bird's eye view of the students that are using the tool, whether outgoing or whether incoming, and make it easy for them to also download this file so that they can navigate them in their own IT system. Demo-wise, that's about it. We can come back to the notification emails afterwards. We've tested this sufficient times to be fairly confident that it works in Safari because another learning agreement administrator sometimes not to be minutes until this goes through. And I think this is where we're looking for questions.
Yes. So that's what we have to show for you today. At the moment, we're going to open the floor if there are any questions from the audience about what we've shown or something else.
Maybe one question. The interface for institutions is not in place, or it's in place already?
It's in place. It's not as pretty as interface to the students, so we'd rather not show it now. But it's also relatively straightforward. Basically, you have to sign up. There's a manual procedure because we need to make sure that the user from the institution side that will access the information is credentialized, is authorized for that. So this is something that we activate typically within 24 to 48 hours. And then what you can do is that you can set up bird's eye view of all the students that are incoming relative to your institution. So you know who they are, this graphic user interface is brand new, so give us a few days to plug everything nicely together, but it's up and running, so some colors are already used.
Could you just go to the homepage of the entire website?
If you have another question.
Another
Exactly.
question, yes. I remember there was, in 2018, they were going to implement a new law on privacy, data protection. I don't know whether that has taken into account.
It was. When we built this, we took the state of the art of what is privacy regulations, the database registered communications, encrypted terms and conditions for the users. For the students are written in plain English, so they know exactly what can or cannot be done with the law, and trying to be very clear about such limitations. We have colleagues that have also worked with the scope of the new law. To the best of my knowledge, everyone is coming to terms with what it means in terms of practical implementation. And we actually have some colleagues in Germany that are confronted with new law with their own national law, which is a more strict in Europe to make sure that we're above water in all of those parameters. So what I'm trying to say is not that we're already compliant with the global data protection regulation that will come into force, but we're pretty much ready for also taking into account questions such as the safe harbor. All of the data stored in the EU is conditions with storing it in certain farms outside of the EU. So in that respect, I think it's going to be a smooth transition. But yeah, it's a good question.
Thank you. Yes.
Can I ask the universities that you've contacted regarding this tool, the international offices, the officers that work with the learning agreements, the paper version, they all complain in different universities that it's a complicated process, but they all have their own platforms. And this will, I probably understand that you heard some